Hey guys, what's up? This is Jordan Crook with TechCrunch, and I'm here with the CEO and co-founder of Meetup, Scott Heiferman. Hello.
Hey, Jordan.
How you doing?
Swell.
Cool. I'm glad to have you here.
Thanks. What are we doing?
Well, why don't you tell people, just in case they don't know, what Meetup is all about? No, you don't want to do that?
No, of course. If you've been hacking away at something for 10 years and like TechCrunch readers don't know Meetup, I mean, I know, the average person on Broadway, we're at about 1 out of 7 New Yorkers is a member of a Meetup. So yeah, 6 out of 7 don't. But if any of those are looking at TechCrunch, Meetup is Meetup
6 out of 7 is like a huge user demographic for you to tap into. I think you would be more excited.
Exactly. So I'm into it. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Yeah, Meetup is a worldwide network of local community. People find and start meetups. They use the internet to get off the internet around anything important to them anywhere in the world. And so every day there's about 10 to 15,000 meetups happening, which is like 10 people at a Starbucks who are all breast cancer survivors or new moms or into HTML iPhone apps or healthcare iPhone apps.
Right.
Yeah.
So do these people know each other beforehand? Is there any sort of friend features, or are they just meeting up with randos? Randos, and that seems to be working.
And they form community, and the communities gel and the communities grow, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Cool. So you guys recently just crossed 100 million RSVPs on Meetup, right?
Yeah, so it took us like 7-8 years to get to the first 50 million Meetup RSVPs, and we did obviously math again, the next 50 in the past couple of few years. So we're a weird story in our little industry here of like there's a lot of people think if you don't become Google and Facebook in the first in the first couple of years of the business, you don't matter. And that you think that there's like a normal life cycle to a startup. We were successful from the get-go, but when you're doing something that's really hard, like driverless cars is hard, getting people to use the internet to get off the internet is hard. We're just in it for the long haul, and so we got this vision, we got this dream. It's really clear, it's really simple, and we're just trying to pull it off.
So what factors do you think contributed to the kind of like accelerated growth in the past couple of years? Does it have to do with mobile? What do you?
It has to do, mobile is a big part of the story, definitely. Yep. Another big part of the story is just hitting these network density tipping points, So if you start a meetup tomorrow about something, the reason why you're using Meetup and you're paying to use the service is because so that other people find it. So in a city like New York, there's now almost 1,000 tech meetups, 1,000 tech meetup groups, hundreds of meetups a week going on about everything tech. And tech, by the way, is a tiny sliver of all meetup. But the point is that now, if you want to meet up with anyone about tech in whatever city you're in, you start it on Meetup, and people will find it. So the meetups become more successful when there's more people in the network and the network gets denser. So what's happening with us is that we're really the reason why we're growing so fast right now is the network is revving up, and it's really getting interesting. Just from a sort of zeitgeist, how the world is turning and moving. Like the world is starting to be ready for Meetup, but it's not really ready yet. And that's a funny, fuzzy thing to talk about, but it's crystal clear true. Like this, strangers are strange. You call them randos. Why would you want to interact with people who are even outside your Facebook bubble? But I think, a guy named Josh Miller, who runs a startup called Branch, he wrote a really fascinating Medium post the other day where he basically said that the way the internet will be shifting is that we've gotten used to being like surrounded in our filter bubble by our friends, but the old internet, and I'm an old school internet guy, the old promise of the internet, the old like passion of the internet was about how do you find the others? How do you connect with people who you're not necessarily connected to yet? And unfortunately, that's turned into like TechCrunch shitty commenters and YouTube shitty commenters, and who the hell wants to talk to randos?
Right.
But I think we're about to get there, where it's like where actually the internet might help you connect with people that you don't know yet well, and you might actually talk to them. when you combine the like, what are your connections to strangers with these really purposeful things in people's life, like I really want to like
talk about this book. Or
yeah,
whatever.
I really want to talk about this book. I really want to go on some sort of advanced hike. I really want to meet other people with diabetes. I really or I really want to find the other startup founders who are in my city. You combine that with the platform that we've got, and that's what's sort of starting. That's what's a part of powering the. How we're going to go from the 15 million people to the 150 million people over these next couple of years.
How do you generate revenue?
We are profitable, becoming really nicely profitable because with no ads. So basically 2% of the people who use Meetup are the Meetup organizers, and they pay about $12 a month, and they all do, and it's awesome. We get to like build this business, not have to.
So every meetup has at least one meetup organizer.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And they're basically paying to be listed in the network, and it's great. Like we've never raised the price.
Are there tools to facilitate what they're doing? Like, because for me, like if I wanted to run a meetup, like let's say I wanted to do like a tech meetup where I was talking about how to pitch or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and startups could come and talk about how to pitch. Like, are there any tools that'll help me facilitate, like, oh, like this is the kind of venue you should use, or if you like, you know what I mean? Like, are there things like that?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things, behind the curtain for meetup organizers to help them do their thing. Not to mention, we have 20 people 2 blocks this way that are basically full-time organizer coaches. That are helping meetup organizers, day in, day out, do their thing. But for the most part, it is about, we're building the platform, the technology to what's fun is that because there have been 10 million meetups, mm-hmm. when there've been 10 million meetups with 100 million RSVPs, there's so much interesting data, and the big wave for us is, and we're really like building out this awesome data team to say, like, we know the best place in Topeka or Paris or Ottumwa, Iowa, for you want to have that meetup of 8 women startup founders in your town. Like, we have the data to tell you where the best place and when to have it.
Cool, very cool. How do you do that?
Well, because we know where every meetup's been.
Oh, so you're using your own data as opposed to tapping into others.
Yeah.
I thought you might have been using some clever APIs like Foursquare and stuff like that.
Well, we want to get a lot better and smarter at using Foursquare API, but no, it's.
You have your own data. Plenty of it.
We have good data. Yeah.
Especially on meetups.
Yep. Yeah. We can't tell you where to find we can't tell you where a good restaurant is, to have brunch with your friends, but we know where to have a meetup.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Deal. All right, guys, that's it for Meetup.